The more that I dug into the history, the more that I just fell in love with the ship, and they just don't make vessels like this anymore. They're very generic and boxy now. My name is Chris Wilson, and I'm the owner of the 1955 built Aurora, located here in Stockton. It's a pocket cruise liner that was originally built in Germany, and it's coming back. We're working hard on restoring it and bringing it back to a state where it can be used as a museum. And it was actually one of the pioneering Greek cruise ships, and it was used pretty heavily in film back then, but the most known film that it was in is it was the Spectre Yacht and From Russia with Love, the James Bond series. After it served its time in Greece, it worked its way to the West Coast. It actually worked out of Seattle, and it worked the cruise industry going to Alaska. This ship was actually small enough that it could get to the inland passage and get up and watch the icebergs break up, and that's what people liked at the time. Then it kind of stayed laid up for quite some time, bouncing from owner to owner, and nobody could find a feasible way for this thing to sail and make money. And it found its way out onto the California Delta in 2008, and that's where I came into it. You could see the light through the trees on this thing. If you're traveling up the road, you can see the lines on the ship. And it's like a large ship, but it's like a luxury, vintage luxury yacht at the same time. And there's just nothing else like it in the world anymore. This is it. This is the last of its kind. When I seen that for the first time, boy, you just had to imagine what it could be. And then when you came inside and you seen the elaborate staircases that they don't put in ships anymore, they don't do the luxury like they've done. This was definitely a unique ship, and there was nothing else like it around. I didn't know how rare it was until I dug into the history of it a little more deep and discovered that it was the first ship that Germany was allowed to build after World War II. It was the test platform for Mercedes-Maybach diesel electric, and it was the top of the innovation in the whole entire world at the time. There was no fancier of a vessel when this thing was made. I would like to do everything, vintage, since it's a vintage ship. I'd like to take people back in time a little way.